Hello everyone, this is Doug Moses of Christ Games. Welcome to this video. It's going to be a couple of series of videos that we're going to put out here, and it's going to be over project management and a couple of other not administrative type of things we're going to do. Not the exciting, fun, cool stuff that we're going to do for projects for the video game, but it's something that we still need to kind of go over as a team and such. So a couple of weeks ago we had a team meeting that was a video chat with everybody, so thank you guys for joining that. It was great fun. You had to know you guys a little bit and stuff. So now not that we're all friends, now we're going to be able to start collaborating on this new game project here. This new game project that we're working on is Spirit Heroes is the name of the game, and it's based on a book series by Erica Bertram, and we're going to start building this game. So the first thing we kind of need to do is start knowing what we're going to do. We got a bunch of different people that are joined up to volunteer for this project in different areas of expertise, and what we're going to do now is we're going to try to take all you guys that are volunteering for this project and saying, okay, now each of you guys take little pieces and tasks and move on. So we use this tool right here called Taiga. It's a website that you can go on. It's totally free, open source, all that kind of same stuff that our philosophy here at Christ Game. So if you type in taiga.io, you'll go to the site and you can sign up for it. So if you go up here, and I've already got a sign on, but I'll go ahead and show you what it's going to look like. So if you hit a sign up, you'll see a standard form. It says pick a username, pick a full name, and it's kind of from already pre-populated for me, but you'll see to type your email address and your password, and then you'll hit sign up, and it's your standard sign up type of thing. It'll send you an email to verify and that kind of stuff. So in my case, I'm already signed up here, so your first step is really to go sign up and get logged onto the system, and we will start going from there. So I'm going to go ahead and log in for my account. And the first thing you'll see in here is you'll see your project dashboard. That's what they call it here, is a project dashboard. And it's going to be just kind of a headlines of some things that you're working on and some things that you're watching. This project management tool here is actually open to the world. So Spirit Heroes is open to all the world in Taiga. I think there's like 100,000 projects going on here, somewhere in that big range, something like that, some crazy amount. And so we're one of those projects that people that just randomly can jump on and say, help us out, and with our coding and our graphics and stuff. And so it's an open game that we can build here, and for the project part of it. So this tool right here is really going to be helping us keep ourselves in line, in the sense that we have different duties that we got to do. We're going to have to build sound, we're going to have to build graphics, we're going to have to build the coding, and all that kind of stuff for the game. So each of us have our own little pieces we're going to do. So this tool is going to help us keep that all together, and each of us kind of moving in a forward direction, so to speak. So if you first come in here, you'll see what the project you're working on. So you're probably, when you first log on, you're not going to see anything here. On this page, it'll be all blank, and you won't have any projects. So if you want to look for projects, you can go here, and I believe you can search, discover trends and things like that. You can go up here and look for projects that are out there. So if you look in Spirit Heroes, I believe it's out there. Heroes, if I can spell right. A bad typist. We look for that, it should find a project there. Let's go, oh, here's our project. So we want to go ahead and join that project. In this case, I've already joined it, but you'll have an option to join the project, and it'll be in your project queue. So the first thing you go is, once you go into the project, you'll see that you have this, I guess, another dashboard, or a home page of sorts that shows a lot of the history of what's been going on in this project. So you can kind of see, you can scroll through down here, and it's just a bunch of words. Sometimes it shows pictures and other things like that, kind of just a high level of the activity that is happening on the project. So it's somewhat useful. It's kind of neat to know that Joe did something 2 days ago and that kind of stuff, but it's not so much useful for the most part. So we're using this tool in a certain fashion. There's a philosophy in programming that for project management out there that's called Agile. Agile, it's got bunch of different names out there for different types of way of doing this stuff. And one of them is real popular. It's called Scrum. So we're not going to do Scrum here, because Scrum is based on really tight timelines and projects, and deliverables and that kind of thing, where we have to make sure we get our projects on time, and then we got versions going out and all that kind of stuff. So it's a very structured type of thing. So we can't really do that here in Christ Games, because we are spread out all over the place. So we can't say, okay, at a certain date we're going to have these projects all delivered at a certain time. We kind of are all volunteering, so we can do it at our own time and our own pace. So this tool has another feature. Instead of Scrum, it's called Kanban, or Kanban, however you want to pronounce it there. I've sort of heard different ways. But it's a way to do agile, type of project management in a simpler way, in a way that you can have across the country, across the world, and at different time frames and different speeds. Some people going slow and some people going fast and such. So it's a great tool for that type of project management. So we're going to be using this tool for tracking our project on Spirit Heroes. So if you go to this little on the side here, that's your one of the main things you'll probably be going to is go to, once you're in the game, or into the project management tool, you're going to go here and do this little button called Kanban, and you'll be in there. And you can see it's made up of a series of columns. One's called New, one's in progress, one's ready for test, and one is called Done. So these are tasks. If you think of these, they call them stories actually, but if you call them a task or sticky notes, some people say sticky notes on a board. There's different ways of thinking this stuff out. It's all kind of the same idea. But on the left side, you start out with a task or a story, and you say, this is something we want to do. We want to accomplish this task or this story, and you come up and you say, okay, this is what I want to do. I want to create this 2D environment layer for the story of hope. So that's something I want to do, and have information behind that story about details of what you want to do and such. And then whenever you want to do that, what you would do as a person coming on here, you would come here and you would say, I want to do that, because I know I could do that task. So you say, I want to create these battle scenes or sounds for for Angry Adventure. So you click on that, and you'll come into the actual. If it comes up here. There we go, it's taking a little bit, but it'll come into the details of that sticky note, so to speak. And I don't have a whole lot of stuff in here yet, because I haven't put it, but it's kind of some placeholders. But you can see you can put attachments and pictures, and it's kind of a document that where you can say, this is all the stuff I want you to do for this task. So we have this task here, and this is something that each of us can kind of go through and see. And if you like this task, you say, I like that task, I could do that. All you have to do is come over here and say, assign it to me, or assign. You can assign it, I can assign it to somebody else, or if you click on this button, I can say assign it to me. So if I just click on that, it should assign it to me. You'll see it goes spinning up, and it'll show my picture on there. So now I own this task for doing this work here. So if I go back to my storybook, there's several different ways you can do this, but to get in and out of the tool to be more efficient. But I think this was down at the bottom here. So this one shows this task. So now that it's new, what I want to do is I want to drag this thing, and I say, okay, I'm going to drag this over to in progress, because I'm working on it. At this point. So now everybody can in the game, or everybody that comes in goes, oh, Doug's working on these two things here. Okay, I'll take something else, and I'll go ahead and grab my name on this one, and I'll slide it over to the in progress. And you have, the time frame that you ever need to do to get this accomplished. Some task or, a 10-minute task, some task or, 2 weeks task. It depends on what they are. So once you're done with that, you would just slide this all the way over there to the done side and drop it in, and that you'll be done. So that's really all there is to this. And it keeps this really honest and simple to show here's how we're doing our project. At the same time, there's different ways of doing this project management, where we can get emails if you want to know. There's some notifications and stuff. There's some settings up here. You can do your profile and notifications and that kind of stuff. If you really want to say every time somebody clicks on a button, you get an email for it. It's kind of nice that way too. So, or if you just want to do this once a week and log on and see what's going on, you can go in here. But it's kind of a nice tool. It's a project management tool, standard, type of agile programming type of project management, and the tool is free to log on, and it's the good thing is it's all open source, so it's free for open source people. It costs money for people if there's a corporate closed kind of source type of thing. So that's how they make their money off of this. But since we're an open source game, it's all free, and we can just do our thing and such. So that's this couple buttons here. I'll just go quickly on a couple other buttons here because it's still not relevant to the beginning of our start of our game, but it'll get us going here. So we also have this other button here called Issues, and this is whenever you start finding problems. So I guess Matthew, I think you were going to be our tester, so you'll be playing more in this area here. And you'll have different types of statuses. So if you want to click on this button, you'll see it comes up with a dialog. It says new issues. You'll fill out a little form and say, it'll submit similar to like the Kanban. It'll have a running list of issues, and people can go in there and go, oh, I want to take that issue because I know how to fix it. And then you go in there and fix it, and you close it out and such. So we also have this page here called Wiki. A wiki is just a standard. It's a content type of web page, so it kind of gives us a web page feel inside of this project management stuff. So probably not a whole lot of stuff here. I just kind of threw a picture of the little kids there. That's the Spirit Heroes. I threw that out there and just kind of put a placeholder, but we could put more things in here. We put some FAQs, some tips and tricks and things like that in here to do as well. And then of course we just have a couple more buttons here called Team, and then another one here that is for Meetup. Now Meetup is kind of interesting. Whenever you go into Meetup, you'll go into your, we'll have to kind of play with this and see if we can do this. But if you go to Meetup, I've already set it up, but I guess I can't do it here, but it'll ask you, what do you want to meet up with? So we're going to use a couple of different, basically it's like a Google Hangout like we did before with the Google Hangout. We can create a web page. So if I go in here, and I'm not sure what it's going to show me here, but I'm going to close my camera. I believe it's going to come off here. And I'll come into this thing called Talkie, and it'll say you're ready to join. And you have your camera and such, and it'll share the device. And it'll come up here and it'll try to log on to your video camera, and we'll have a session to play to have more group meetings and stuff like that. So this is something we'll play with over time. I'm not sure 100% that's going to be relevant for us, but we will give it a try out at some point in time. But this is an alternative to the video chat that we did earlier a couple weeks ago with Google Hangout, and this is actually allows us up to 15 versus Google Chat was only up to 10, so it's a lot more robust, and we can have more people join us over time here in the video chat. But anyway, that's what this is. I just kind of wanted to show you the quick high level of this Taiga tool, and it's going to be something we're going to use quite a lot in the game, because this is really how we're going to be project managing ourselves. So again, just go to really all you got to do is log on, go to your Kanban, and say, I go down through this list of stuff, and I'm going to add more stuff here over the next few weeks, but go ahead and add some stuff here. And if you have something that you want to add in there, you can actually just click this plus button, and you'll be able to add things as well in here. And then once you take it on, drag it over here, and do it in progress, and then you own that, and that way everybody knows you're working on it, and they're not going to take it away from you, so to speak, and it's your project, piece of the project to do. And then if it is something that's actually ready for test, you would throw it in this little column here. In some cases, like you're just creating a graphic, you won't have a ready for test. You have to go straight to done. In this case, this will be more like when we start getting into the testing phases of the game. So it's a pretty simple tool. Hopefully it'll help us move along here. So I will be adding all these things here as much as I can, and details as much as I can, and over the next few weeks. And you guys, if you want to go ahead and log on and create an account, play with it, and we can even have another team meeting if you guys want to talk about this stuff. But we'll have kind of use this tool to keep us in order and in track. And like I said, if you want to set up all your notifications and get all kinds of emails here, you'll see all basically get almost to the point where it's just like the history line that was on the dashboard here. You can get this detail and get if we all start doing a lot of work, you'll be getting emails every few minutes here on the stuff. It depends on how much you want to be notified and stuff. So, and if you feel led that you want to do more than just Spirit Heroes, you can go to do a search and find another project in Taika, and they got a whole bunch of people looking for people to do video games and do different projects out there. So this is kind of a team or a community a way of doing project management, and so we're just one of those thousands of projects out there in this this tool. So anyway, so I don't want to take too much more time. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll get more videos in the next few weeks. I'm going to talk about how do we upload files to the website, and we're going to have to do another one on the GitHub, which is GitHub is our tool that we use for storing source code, and a couple other things too. So I'm just going to wrap this up with a couple more videos in the next few days and send them out to you guys, so that way at least you know how we work here at Spirit at Christ Games, and we'll be able to get projects done. And of course, there's always going to be question and answers. If you have any questions about this stuff, just send me emails, and I'll do one-on-ones with you and things like that. So anyway, we'll thank you for joining, and go in here, log on, create an account, and grab some stuff and start coding, or start making pictures or sounds or whatever it is your favorite thing to do. So thank you for your volunteering and your help in this project. It's going to be a great spirit-filled time, and we're doing it for the Lord here. So thank you for stepping up and doing all this stuff. So you guys have a good weekend, and I will talk to you shortly on another video series here. Thank you much. Bye.